Okay, so let's say now we have three services. Let's give them actually some prices. So let math be, let's say, $15 per visit. Let yoga be $10 per visit. And let massage be, let's say, $50 per visit. Okay, now we have our courses. And we have course 1 and course 2. One is math and one is massage. And basically this is the price the student has to pay for each attendance. So if he attends one lesson, he pays $15. If he attends one lesson of massage, he pays $50. So let's say we have a course with the service math. And in the service, we're going to enroll a student or enroll a couple of students. I will edit this course. Let's enroll this student, for example, update course. And I'm going to create a new lesson. I will create a lesson. Okay. And we want to see that the price of this math, so $15, will be taken off the account of this student. So the student will be charged $15. Now let's create one more lesson. Let's make it for another day, for the 2nd of February. Okay, so in total, the student must be charged 15 plus 15, so $30. Now, how are we going to calculate this? Well, there are some ways. There are the easy ways, there are the long ways, there are the short ways. Let's go through how it can be done. So I will go to, let's say, app, views, we will go to static pages, and in the calendar partial, what if we also display the price that the student has to pay per attendance? So basically the price of this service. Let's say equals, next to the attendance, we will display equals lesson dot course dot service dot client price cents. Okay, so we just display the price of this service. And we see that here the student must pay 15, here the student must pay 15. And we can have a sum of all the attendances of the user in this particular course and calculate the total price. So how can we do it? Well, for example, we can go to the user page, to the student page. Actually, let's create a link. Let's make this into a link to the student page, to the client page. Let's make it link to attendance user, comma, user path, attendance.user. Okay, now it is a link. And when we open this person, we will also see how much he has to pay for all his attendances and how many attendances he has. So let's make it visible. Let us go to our users, show, and here we will create one more footer. And in the footer, we will say how many attendances this user has. So add user.attendances.count. Okay, I will open the user page and we see that the user has 2 attendances. Well, 1 attendance, 2 attendances. We go to another user, to this admin user. He doesn't have any attendances. Let's just show that these are attendances. I will copy this text and paste it here. It will be something like attendances count. Okay, attendances count 2. The user has 2 attendances. And let's summarize the price, how much he has to pay. How can we do it? Well, for this, we would want to know the price of each individual attendance. And what if, for example, this user has an attendance in another course? What if in this course with massage, we also create a lesson with the same user. So he has already 3 attendances. He has 3 attendances, one for massage, where the price is 50, and 2 with the other course, with math, where the price is 15 and 15. Well, and what if in the future, for example, the price changes? So let's say I change the price of math, let's make it 17, and I refresh this page, and you see the price has changed. So if we change the price of the service, it changes into the past, and we don't want it to happen. So it would be good for us to actually record the price in the attendances table. Basically, we see how much the user should have paid for this particular attendance at this particular point of time. So we're going to add a student price to our attendances table, and we're going to name this student price start. So let's go and add this field. I will type Rails generate migration, add student price start to attendances. Student price start integer. Okay, now I'm going to the DB migrate, and I'm also going to say that it should be default. By default it should be 0, and it should not be null false. Okay, and it's really good for all the money fields, and well, generally for all integer fields, to add default 0, null false. Now we type Rails DB migrate. Okay, and now we are going to record the student price start for each attendance. So when we create an attendance, the student price start will be populated with the service price. Basically, we take the service price, and whenever we create a new attendance, it is copied into the attendance. So we're going to have this field saved, not just getting it from lesson course service client price sends. So we will want to display just attendance dot client student price start. Attendance dot student price start. Let's try to display it. Okay, let's try to display it, and it is 0 for now. And it is actually going to be a money field, so we are going to monetize it the same we did previously. Let's go to service.rb. Here we set monetize client price as client price sends, and here in attendances we are going to say monetize. But what are we going to monetize? Student price start as student price start sends. And in the view, we are going to display student price start cents. Okay, so it is 0.00. Okay. Now, how do we say that we want to update this column with the service price when we create this attendance? Well, we can do it easily in our model with a callback. We will go to attendance.rb, and here we will say after create do. Now we'll have an end statement and update column. We're going to update the column client price start, and we're going to update it with the lesson.course.service.client price. I guess it is so. Yes, client price, or it can be actually student price. Well, we should have named student price, but let it be client price for now. So basically, we say when we create a new attendance, we copy the price from the price of the service. So looks logical. Let's see if it works. I create a new attendance. Let me create a new lesson with a new attendance. Let's say on the 3rd of February. Student, create lesson. And here you see the price will be 17. And based on this price, we'll be able to calculate how much the student really has to pay, how much he will be really charged. Let's go to his page. He has a student page, and let's calculate the price of the attendances. So we can go to the show view, and now we have the attendances count, and we will also display how much the user has to pay. So attendances price, the price of all attendances. And how can we calculate this? Well, we will summarize, we'll have the sum of the student price start of all the attendances of this user. Now, going to user OB, do we have that user has many attendances? Yes, we do. And we can say something like def total attendance price. And what are we going to have here? It can be something like attendances dot map. Then we get the client, is it the client price or how is it named? The student price start. And we get its sum. And in our view, in our show view, we will display user dot total attendance price. So here we take all the user attendances and get a sum of the student price start. And let's see if it works. It should be actually 17 at the moment, because in the other cases we have zeros. I refresh, and it is 1700. Well, because it is in cents, so it is 17. Let's create a new lesson. Same student, let's say 4th of February. And it should be 17 plus 17, so 34. And it works. So we calculate the attendance price correctly. Now we can also try to monetize it. Let's see if we can. How did we do monetization before? We said monetize student price start. And here we are going to say monetize total attendance price as total attendance price cents. And we will try to display total attendance price cents. Let's see if it works. I go here. Yes, it does. So in total, the student has to pay $34. Let's create a new attendance for the student in this massage course. I create a new lesson, let's say 2nd of February. The student user, create lesson, and he has to pay 50 for this lesson. So I go to his page, and it is 84. So 17 plus 17 plus 15. So we calculate how much he actually has to pay correctly. Now, what have we done? We have added this student price start field to our attendances table. And now each new attendance that is created for the user will grab the current price of the service. So for example, if the service changes the price, let's make it $18. It will affect only the future attendances. I create a new lesson with a new attendance. Let's make it February 8th. And you see the previous lessons were not affected, only the new lesson was affected. And in the client show page, we just summarize the price of all the attendances. And we also display how many attendances each user has. So this is the simple way of calculating the price of all his attendances. And in our attendances model, importantly, we added this callback after create update column client price start with the current price of the service. And that's it for now.